Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric. If you enjoy this kind of content, or you like Nintendo game streaming, PC game streaming, retro game streaming, or entertainment commentary from a Christian perspective, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and then you'll know when we go live with live streams or when new projects like this come out. So let's go ahead and get started with Doom Eternal and the Christian. This video is largely going to function as a part 2 to my video, Doom and the Christian. In that video, I talked about how a Christian might engage with a franchise like Doom, and how I, as a Christian, find a great deal of enjoyment in it, in spite of the controversy that it's often sparked in Christian circles. At the end of that video, I briefly commented on some of the snippets of information we had received from Doom Eternal trailers and game footage up to that point. I asked some questions that resulted from the fact that there is a heaven dimension being introduced into the game, as well as the fact that it looks like heaven won't necessarily be the friend of the Doomslayer. Now that a great deal more of the lore contained in Doom Eternal has been revealed through previews and gameplay reveals, I'd like to take the opportunity with this video to explore these questions even more. Now, right off the bat, some might ask why I would bother taking Doom lore and its relationship to my faith so seriously. Isn't this just a game and a fictional story? Well, of course it's fiction, and of course, there's a limit to how seriously anyone should take a video game. That said, as I've made more of an intentional habit of reading between the lines in regard to entertainment, I'm convinced that it's inevitable that the beliefs and biases and worldviews of the creators will unintentionally, and often intentionally, make it into the works they produce. I definitely don't think we'll come to a point where we can infallibly divine every thought that each creator had while making Doom Eternal. We can't be absolutely certain how much of it is meant to be just for fun and how much is supposed to be some kind of social, religious commentary. But with the lore information we have now, I think we're in a much better position now to pursue these questions more fully and have a pretty good idea what kinds of questions a Christian might want to ask as they work their way through the Doom Eternal campaign. Even if you're not a Christian, perhaps you'd like to take these questions with you as well, if this sort of thing interests you. To begin, I'd like to draw a brief picture of what the world of Doom looks like as Doom Eternal begins. This is based on my best understanding of the lore as I've immersed myself in various YouTube videos and text contained within the games. If I get any major details wrong, I'm sure you'll correct me in the comments. Our protagonist, the Doomslayer, belongs to a group of warriors known as the Night Sentinels, from a dimension called Argent D'Nur. Their culture has been overtaken by Hell due to being betrayed by one of their own, and by being misled by evil Hell priests. Being introduced in Doom Eternal will be a race of beings known as the Makers. It appears that this race may well be responsible for giving power to the Night Sentinels, known as Argent Energy, before their civilizations fall. The Khan Maker appears to be the current leader, perhaps deity, that leads the Makers. The Night Sentinels seem to have become subject to the Makers, even to the point of abandoning their veneration of beings that founded their world. As we entered Doom 2016, we find out that humanity, the humanity from the Earth we all know and love, has found a way to reach the dimension containing Argent D'Nur and Hell, and they have taken full advantage of Argent Energy to solve an energy crisis. By the time we reach Doom Eternal, this ultimately has caused the Hell Dimension to invade Earth and bring humanity to the point of destruction. It would seem from the trailers and gameplay shown so far that the Makers are intent on allowing this destruction to happen. They claim that humanity justly deserves what is happening. However, digging deeper into the lore, it seems clear that justice is not exactly the Makers' true motivation.
Made others sacrifice in the name of our prosperity. Who are you, a human, to defy our traditions?
They are likely in league with Hell and wish to exploit the suffering of humanity. You, the Doomslayer, have taken on the responsibility of protecting and rescuing mankind, Therefore, neither hell nor the heaven dimension, as we understand it so far, are your friend. So, clearly the Doom universe is strikingly different from the universe envisioned by Christianity. This shouldn't be surprising. This Doom universe is intentionally fictional and never claimed to be otherwise. However, I still think Christians should ask whether there might be more going on here under the surface. I ultimately see a few ways that someone might read the Doom universe. It could simply be seen as a universe brought about purely from creativity, with no intention of commenting on actual world events or religions. While I don't think it's possible to create fiction from nothing, and every creator gets their ideas from somewhere, I do think it's possible that the creators truly did not want to comment on anything outside of the Doom universe itself. They really did just want to create this universe for anyone with any worldview to enjoy. However, another possibility is that the creators did want to let out some of their thoughts on religions like Christianity. One could look at the way the Doom creators have written, for example, the Makers, and understand them to be showing, obviously in an extreme and allegorical way, what they think religion does to society. I'm sure a fair number of atheistic and humanistic Doom fans would like to see the narrative this way. Religion is simply a force that exploits and harms the masses, and the individual, represented by the Doomslayer, must overcome it. It has been mentioned by the game director Hugo Martin that the player will eventually meet some kind of god.
It's going to be a big game. You're going to meet like a god. You're going to see angels. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
We're going to see God?
A god.
A god.
And, well, I don't even want to say the god. We'll see.
Yeah, sure.
It's very much open to interpretation. I think it's look, Doom is junk food. It's meant to be fun and tasty, but I think our junk food has a surprising amount of nutritional content in it, and there's layers to it. So on the surface, yeah, just murder demons, but I think the gameplay there's a subtlety and it's smart game design that's going on. I think the story is intriguing and deep.
Hugo Martin's comments about the depth of Doom Eternal could be taken a couple of different ways. He could be talking about the depth that the game has beyond simply its action and violence, or he could be talking about the depth of the story, commenting beyond the game itself. Whether the god of the Doom universe is the Khan Maker, or a ruler above her, is yet to be seen. If it is a being above her, will it turn out that this being is in agreement with the Maker's actions, or will he end up reinforcing a more righteous way that his followers have subverted? The answer to this question may shed some light on what the writers of the lore could be driving at, if anything. I suppose the plot conclusion that could most easily be read as anti-Christian would be that the god of the Doom universe is simply a being that exploits, a being who must be destroyed so that humanity can govern themselves. Though a Christian could still hold to the fact that this is a fictional god, and the creators did not intend for it to be a commentary on the god of Christianity. Another possibility I have considered is that the Doom universe is polytheistic in the truest sense. Perhaps the point is not who the god of the Doom universe is, but who will take the throne. As far as we can tell so far, the Doom universe is pretty much completely made up of physical beings, not a combination of physical and spiritual realities like the Christian envisions the universe. Every being is mortal and can be corrupted. Even the highest being can be overthrown. Therefore, perhaps the ultimate goal of the Doomslayer will be to restore justice by taking the throne himself. This could be read in a couple of ways. A Christian could see the Doomslayer as a Christ figure, therefore giving a nod to their faith.
We must pray now, brothers. Pray that he is watching.
The atheist could see this as the ultimate humanist statement. Or ultimately, perhaps we simply don't yet have enough information about the lore of Doom to make such predictions of how the game's story will go. Perhaps all these theories and interpretations will come to naught when we get a glimpse of what is really going on. So what do you think? Do you think theorizing about the intentions of the creators is worthwhile? Do you think there's any meaning or cultural commentary under the surface? How would you like the story to go? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Hit the notification bell if you want to know when I start up live streams or upload new content. And we will see you around in the next video. Thanks for watching.